Hey, hope you're enjoying today's episode. I wanted to let you know because I often forget to do this, and then people always tell me, man, you should have let me know. We have 3 coach certificate events coming up this year, 2025, 2 in Sydney and 1 in the Northern Rivers. So if you do want to get involved, you want to work with us, you want to work in one of our gyms, or you just want to learn more about our approach to coaching and gain the toolkit that we see as essential for any high-level coach, this is the course for you. There are no prerequisites to enroll besides a desire to learn. We got March 15th and 16th, that's a Saturday and Sunday here at Botany, and September 2021 also here in Botany. They are the 2 Sydney events this year, March and September. If you're on the Northern Rivers, good news for you, we got one event coming your way, April 5th and 6th, and that will be held at Jungle Cabarita Beach. You can enroll for any of these through the website junglealliance.com. And if you want more information about it, you can reach out to me, info@junglealliance.com.
To tell you, because we've been hanging out for a few hours this morning already, but on the weekend I did myself a boo-boo.
What'd you do?
We went to a coach's fucking social event.
Yeah.
Remember we went to this coffee tasting?
Yeah. It sounds so fun when you call it a coach's social event.
Does it?
No. Go on.
How else do I describe it?
We fucking went out.
We went out, all the coaches on the lash.
Me and the guys.
It was a bigger event. I just went to the coffee tasting thing that Dylan put together, his favourite place in Marrickville. It's mad at Roseville. Anyway, I had a football game on after it.
Oh, yeah.
A trial match. It was organised and we had to pay the refs and stuff. So I wanted to go and honour that afterwards. So I'm there in the afternoon doing this coffee tasting. I've eaten well in the morning. I've had lunch a bit early and I'm like fucking, trying to make sure that I'm good for this game. And it was like fucking 35 degrees or whatever.
So
it was.
hot. I'll say that, yeah.
So got my salts in, but end up at this coffee thing going, how do I not just drink heaps of coffee and then run on this pitch fucking jittery as all hell? Because we've all drunk too much coffee before.
What time was the coffee tasting?
2:30
Oof.
till 3:30. Went till like 4.
Anxiety hours.
And we didn't drink any coffee until like 4. It was all prep and theory and chat. And then at 4, we get to the part, we've cupped it, we've smelt it as a roasted bean, we smelt it as a ground bean, etc., etc. And then we're scooping these little ladle spoons and you like take a little slurp of each one and you're tasting it. So I had like, everyone was just going crazy on it. I had like 8 or 9 ladles of coffee and I'm fucking leaving the place and I'm like, oh God, I think I had like 4 too many. Driving over to football, my guts start turning and I'm like, oh God, I'm start shaking. Oh, get there, put my boots on and it's like always over 35s. They're like, we're all fucking, we need you on the pitch. We need you on the pitch. Put on my boots, go in, coffee diarrhea in the store, come out, go to do a warm-up. They're like, no, we need you on. Get out there. Run straight on, pull my hammy.
Oh, no way.
Pull my hammy.
Oh,
I was on the pitch for like 10 minutes. I was like, fucking hell.
How bad?
Last, like a grade 1 or 2.
So you had to come off, obviously.
Yeah, had to come off. I was like, yeah.
Sniped from the stands.
Yeah. I've never pulled a hammy before. But it was just so annoying because it's like, no matter how much training and preparation you can do, if you just fuck up that morning or that day or that afternoon, that few hours before the game, guts are turning. I was literally out there holding my guts as they were cramping. I'd just gone to the toilet before I ran on a 35-degree day and just whang, no warm-up.
You tried to be the guy and you got punished.
Yeah. Yep.
Fuck, spewing. Do you think, though, that the coffee contributed to the hamstring pull?
Maybe. I think it's got something to do with it.
Yeah, right.
Mind
frame going in.
Yeah. And obviously I went to the toilet and lost a bunch of fluids as well.
Oh, man.
And then I was like, yeah, I'm really good with my warm-ups, right? Because it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Just get out there.
I was working with Abe last weekend at Wagga, and we were working hard. We were building some stuff in his backyard, and it was fucking hot. And we did like three full days in a row, like morning till like 8 p.m. Like once it started to get dark, kind of thing. And we drank a bunch of coffee in the morning and whatever. And I was like, Abe, are you across like other caffeinated drinks? And he's like, no, I just drink coffee, and I just drink. He just drinks like a whole pot in the morning, and then doesn't, He's like, gives me the jitters or whatever if I drink it late. And I'm like, me too. I'm like, let me introduce you to some caffeinated drink. We had a couple of cans of V, which I've never been a fan of energy drinks, right? Like it really goes against.
How can you not? You've been hanging out with JT for 5 years.
He's rubbed off on me, obviously. but what I've found is that, I'll use it as a tool when I have a big second half that day.
Yep.
So I've used it for coaching workshops where it's like a long day and usually have lunch and then you slump a little bit. It's like,
okay,
I'll get an energy drink and then I'll power through for the next 5 hours.
Okay.
And anyway, I told Abe, and he did a Bunnings run. He's like, I picked up a couple of cans of V. And they got this new flavor range, which really speaks to like the bouginess of us all. It's like yuzu, blackcurrant,
great,
crisp, refreshing apple. And they're all sugar-free, 0 calories. So you're like,
smart.
There's no downside, right? But interestingly, no jitters associated. Like I can dose with that caffeine in the afternoon and no jitters, no anxiety. JT tells me it's because of the taurine they add to it.
Okay.
He reckons that's what that does.
So what is taurine?
I don't fucking know.
That's what's in Red Bull, yeah?
Guessing it's an amino acid of some kind. Yeah, all the energy drinks have it. He reckons it helps to settle like, I can't fucking remember. But yeah, it basically takes the edge off. So you get the energy, but you don't get the shakiness.
Okay.
I'm like, look, man, I'm all for it. On those days where you need to push, but yeah, I'm the same. Like coffee in the afternoon, usually a bad idea, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm getting anxious thinking about a 4 p.m. fucking coffee tasting.
I had a fucking nightmare once. It wasn't a nightmare, but it was just, it's burned into my memory. I played football with my brother, Moses, fucking for St. Ives, and I remember him giving me rugby, giving me like guarana tablets before a game in like whatever it was, 2002. And yeah, I had a shocker of a game, and I just felt like I was floating on clouds, and I was jittery. I dropped the ball that many times.
Wow.
My eyes were racing, and I felt like I wasn't on the earth.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck. And he gave them to me another time. And I was just like, oh, okay. Driving out to football. Same thing happened. And ever since then, I'm like very cautious about fucking caffeine before anything, or any guarana tablets or anything like that before playing.
Yeah.
Maybe before a session here, like it's whatever. Maybe a handstand session doesn't go so well you just stop doing it. But when you're out there on the field and you're fucking dropping pills everywhere, you're like, God damn, what a loser.
Yeah, you got to know. Like you got to
know your levels.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got to fucking get the dosages right.
There I am, clutching at my tummy. It's just twisting in my belly. And then I reach out to just block a ball, just like that. It's kind of lengthened and contracted back like that. And it just went bang. And I was like, fuck you. Iced it for the weekend.
So how long, what's the deal? Are you off for a bit or?
I think it's 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be training around it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I should be playing again in 3 weeks.
Ball sport.
I know.
The silent killer.
I know, but the glory, Joe.
Oh, it's all there.
The glory.
Come off at Raven Stadium, fucking to the crowd chanting your name.
We've got a game against them in a couple of weeks, actually.
Have you?
So I want to be back for that.
Oh, that'd be good. It'd be interesting to see if there's any of the guys still hanging around.
Yeah, I mean,
probably. It is multiple divisions. You're not necessarily going to cross paths, eh?
No, but there's always those. It's such a small community.
For the listeners, Paul and I played all age for Gladesville Ravens some years ago. Gym ownership is a lonely game, and I guess we were having a chat about it beforehand. We've seen a friend of ours open a gym recently from afar, and you can actually feel what it is that they're going through, can't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can feel the sense of isolation in you've just you've just opened your own gym and now it's you in there and you're just trying to make this business work. And leading up to that, you're usually not, like, this is you stepping into gym ownership. So prior to that moment, you were a coach operating in someone else's gym.
Yeah.
And you're generally not privy to all of the forces that are acting upon you when you own the place. You're just a coach there. You rent the space and you ply your trade. And then you take that step into the next thing. And this ship doesn't sail unless you're making it happen. And so looking at that friend of ours that we're chatting on, you can see the fatigue and you can sense the isolation. And I'm like, fuck, that speaks to me so much about the early days of our gym.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we can't know all the details of, say, that mate's story, but you can see it though. It's like so obvious because it's quite hard work. And before you own a gym, depending on, whether you had a really good mentor along the way, I think that a lot of people don't and end up going from 0 to 100. So as you said, you're the coach in the gym, and actually you've been coaching for a long time, years and years, quite a lot of experience. But that whole time, you've never dipped your toes into what it's like for, in owners' meetings. And that's just like anything to do with business strategy, tax, company setup, wages, when people, recruiting someone, losing a coach,
Staffing,
fucking marketing, and just shitting yourself about whether you're going to make all the numbers balance because you've got to pay all your overheads all the fucking time. Not to mention that you're probably coaching all the classes, so you're getting up at fucking sparrow's fart and maybe closing as well. So it's quite a lot. And anyway, we can kind of sense that. And it was also a moment of gratefulness going, fuck, I'm very happy that, well, I've got you and T and Dylan and stuff. Got you, bruh. But also the other allies who, meeting with them every week is awesome. And I'm there to guide and mentor, but I'm also a gym owner as well. So I take as much from them as they do from me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck. Yeah, thank God that we have that space to be able to talk, because it's really, I guess it's really hard when you're just in a quiet room trying to go, I've got to make this social media post. I hate social media, but I've got to be on it. And okay, I've got to make it look different. And I've got to look like I'm fucking enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, that's super hard.
I got to look vibrant and energetic.
That's right. At the time when you're not.
Oh, man. I mean, I remember just being chronically tired for so many years and really being in denial about the fact that I didn't sleep enough. But just in those rare occasions where someone would, tell me that they could see that.
Yep.
John Marsh comes to mind.
He mentioned that too.
Oh yeah, he's like, you're tired, bro. I can see it. And I was like, yeah, I am. and he had me. I went to a retreat of his. It was like a three night retreat in Queensland, hinterland, just outside of Noosa, and it was kind of like breath and meditation was the thing, and I just fucking slept for 2 days. Like every breath drill we did, I would be snoring on the floor. And it was me, and then there was another guy in the group who was a plumber. He was real busy, had this big plumbing business, and we were just fucking passed out all the time.
Sleep retreat.
And John was like, yeah, you guys just need to fucking get some sleep. Like, he's like, you sleep whenever you need to. Like, they'd let us sleep in. Yeah, it was hilarious. But I was like, it really hit me. I was like, fuck. Like, yeah, because you're doing it right. You kind of, like, you're usually very disciplined with your training. And then you're disciplined with running your business. And so the thing that you're going to sacrifice is sleep. Always, but you're not going to not do your training. You're a fucking gym owner, man. That's what
right.
you do. And so you really just dig yourself into a hole. It's fucking tough. So having someone to say hey man, you look like you need some sleep. That is actually really goes a long way, doesn't it?
Really does. Meanwhile, you've got Gary Vaynerchuk in your ear somewhere in the back going, man, you just got to fucking work.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
You got to upskill on all fronts.
yeah. I mean, if I think about like the allies, that is like we can have that level. We have that level of communication with them where you can say like, dude, I think you're overdoing it. I don't think what you're doing right now is sustainable. How are you? You tired? And like you can have those conversations, and like as kind of basic as that is, none of their members are going to have that conversation with them. Their partner's probably not going to have that conversation with them. So it's like, it actually becomes really important, I think, to have people who are fighting the same fight as you, who can observe these things and give you feedback accordingly.
I had dinner with someone close over the weekend, and yeah, I went through something that I just thought of that was, a similar thing where it's basically when you get into business ownership, and when it's at least in part or maybe completely tied in with what you're passionate about, it gets really dangerous with, when's work and when's not work. And also, I've really enjoyed this idea of the term definition of done type of thing for any given task. And I think of like with your business, and often you go into it and you want to work really hard. And it's part of your passion. So you're happy to work on it all the fucking time. And typically you're not paying yourself. And because you're interwoven into your business, if it's a type of service, it was for this friend and also for us, it's like everything is an investment into your business. Everything is. When I learn this or when I read that, I want to stay up and watch this, I have a conversation with that person networking, it's all business.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you don't really measure your return on any of this investment, especially because you're not paying yourself. You can't really see it going out. And so you don't know when you're making it or when you're doing it and when you're not. Plus, you'll keep chasing it and chasing it and chasing it. If you've got a half decent work ethic, you like us, and I've always thought, coming from the film industry, we've always had a really good work ethic, and we don't quit, which I see as strength, and also it can be a blind spot sometimes as well. So when you have your own business and you're trying to make it work and you've invested everything into it, you can just keep going and going, well, this is going to get me out of the thing. This is going to get me out. This is going to get me to the next place.
Yeah.
So you can easily get into a cycle. And if you don't have someone who understands the mechanism of your business, you won't listen to anyone giving you that fucking advice.
Yeah.
You will not.
Yeah.
Unless it's someone that's done it. Like,
it's so true. You're not going to hear it from anyone.
Unless
you can respect that they've done the thing you're trying to do.
Oh, they don't fucking know. They've got a government job. They fucking do they know. Unless it's that person. Yeah. And then you'll listen to what they have to say and say, look, what is the end goal? Are you really seeing, are you moving towards that? And actually you've been working on that for this many years now. When are you going to start paying yourself? At what point, how do you know when it's not working and that you have to give up on that and then try something else? So anyway, I guess I thought of that over the weekend, and it's similar to what we're talking about, really.
I mean, having that, thinking on the early days of our gym, the business community that we had through Drew, our business coach, that was really quite a big lifeline from that point of view, wasn't it? Yep. Where you could connect with other gym owners.
Yeah, it was.
And like obviously we're learning stuff, that was really of like beneficial stuff through all of that. But moreover, just having connection with other gym owners and being like, hey, do you guys fucking struggle with this? And I'm like, yeah, that's a mad struggle for us. And be like, oh, wow, it feels so good to know that, other people are experiencing this too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that goes such a long way. But it's like, and I mean, with a gym too, it probably sounds quite ironic for outsiders, like non-gym owners, to listen to, because the gym is full of people and you're around people a lot. And so it's like, what's lonely about that? Like, it seems really social, and maybe you're even doing a lot of social events, going out on weekends with them and stuff. But you being a gym owner is lonely. Your life isn't. You got plenty of people around, and that's great. That does bring a lot of benefits. That social aspect, but yeah, you as a business owner sitting around like, I don't know, not being able to get to bed at night, stressing about all the shit you got to do tomorrow or this month that you haven't done. You know, that fucking anxiety you often wake up with when you know you got a massive day ahead of you, and it's like that stuff is like you're totally on your own in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, save for having a conversation with someone else that's doing it, and then you're
Yep,
like,
yep.
oh man, you know, like it feels so good to be able to share those struggles.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and you know, and if you get tips off them, fucking even better. Like, how do you do this?
Yeah.
Because like you so get in your own bubble, in your own space, and I love it when the guys bring something that's really left field. And I've learnt more and more to kind of really look at the valuable parts of what they're saying, understand why they're going to look for solutions elsewhere. And it's like, oh, that's really crazy. But what is it, you know, that works? And yeah, it's just like anything to do with even pricing. You're in your own corner until someone, they have so many different contacts, and you're just basically leveraging on more sets of eyes that are filtering information. You can share it, you know, like these guys do different pricing structures. I'm like, fuck, why didn't I ever think of that? That actually makes a lot of sense.
But to your point, they're more valuable connections because they're people that you do
exactly
respect.
Yeah, that's right.
That they know what you're going through, isn't it? Like,
yeah, yep.
Versus it's not like talking to your partner or your mum and dad.
Yes.
We're like, oh, why don't you try this? Have you thought about classes for old people? There's a lot of old people that need to get fit. You're like, fuck, thanks, mum. It's actually a great idea, not now. I remember I sat down with a relative of, I don't want to fucking incriminate anyone here. Sat down for dinner with some in-laws, and it was like, oh, how's your thing going? And I was like, yeah, good. And then it was like, have you ever thought about, you know, and just gave me, and I was like, you know what, I haven't thought about that, but I appreciate the idea, you know, but it was just like, fuck me. Like,
Not now.
Yeah. You know, I was in a good place, but I was just like, you got no idea what I'm doing, you know, like, and that's why I'm not giving you advice on your fucking job.
There's got to be a real mobster fucking reply to that, which is just stock, which is basically flipping it over to whatever they fucking do.
Oh, like
if they're accountant, did you ever think about fucking investing in, you know, just a really dumb guy question? And they're like, what? You're like, yeah, shut the fuck up. All right. You don't know what I'm doing.
But yeah, so to that point, what connection, like how often do you speak with the allies? You guys do the weekly meeting on a Wednesday?
Yep. Yeah.
And that covers like growth, churn, marketing campaigns, the whole shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause we've got key metrics that we track. They're at the base of every conversation. So yeah, we'll focus on different things depending on what everyone's feeling, what anyone needs, or whatever someone's working on at the time, but always having those base metrics. So sometimes we don't talk about those metrics a lot, but that's just because we're all across them and there's nothing red flagging in there.
Yeah.
So then we're talking about something that's happening at the moment.
Right.
You know? But yeah, it's covering all aspects of it. And we're lucky because it's small at the moment. And I really love that because, you know, we get to know each other really fucking well.
Yeah.
Besides that, like we're in a group. So at any time there's, you know, chats going on in there. And then, you know, we've got our events and stuff that happen. Looking forward to fucking the next one.
The gathering this year?
The gathering. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going up north.
Yeah.
Jungle Cabrita.
Yeah. I've got like, because of Tasha's work and stuff, like I'm like booking as much in as possible. We were talking about on the weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll end up taking that week off. It's in the school holidays.
Oh, yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So I'll be up there all week. Or we'll be on holidays all week that week.
Perfect.
And then, and maybe even the week before. And then the fam will go back while we do the gathering.
Yep.
And maybe I'll drive back with one of you guys or Sammy or something like that.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yep.
Road trip it.
Nah, it's going to be good.
I think, you know, kind of to lead out, I think for us that's really the important aspect of what we're trying to do with this thing is to build a community around gym ownership. And because how we know how hard it is, and that it's like this collective effort in the same way that we built the tribe here in our gym, and that's what all of the other gyms do. This tribe of gym owners is just like, hey, you can have the most amount of fun. Like you can build the best business and you can have the most amount of fun by doing it with other people.
So true.
There it is, bam. Thanks, guys. Hey, if you like the episode, share it with a friend. See you on the next one. Oh, hit it, brah. But